Goldman Sachs is looking to integrate with FTX crypto exchange. Talk about a partnership. This is huge, guys, that Goldman Sachs is trusting a crypto exchange, how times have changed. And we're going to talk about FTX also surpassing Coinbase as the number 2 largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. This is significant. All their marketing seems to be paying off. And we have Middle East oil companies about to mine Bitcoin. Guys, the things we've been talking about for years are coming to fruition. And also next week, it looks like you're going to be able to listen into the SEC Ripple hearing. And it's a big update around Bill Hinman's speech and emails, guys. Let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is Linkto, which makes private equity investing easy. And Linkto is democratizing the ability to invest into these different companies, specifically crypto companies. I've often talked about investment firms and hedge funds being able to double dip, which many of us are not able to. For example, they buy the tokens and they also invest in the companies. So they get to make money both ways. Well, Linkto is bringing that opportunity to you. And if you're an accredited investor, you, which are already holding tokens, can make a play and invest in some of these crypto companies, such as BlockFi, Ripple, Uphold, Dapper Labs, Abra, BitPay, and so on and so forth. And they continue to add new companies. So it's a really great platform. Once again, democratizing equity investment, making it easier for regular people who are accredited to be able to do this. So be sure to check out Linkto, link in the description. Now let's look at the charts here. Bitcoin is seeing another pullback, nothing too significant. It's still within the range that it's been chopping sideways on. But it shows, guys, that Bitcoin's still trying to find that bottom, and it's probably going to do this for another month and a half or 2 months. And we've been talking about there could be pain ahead in the coming week. It could go lower, so just be prepared for that. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping this is the kind of the range it bounces between 28 to 30K. It builds a support level, and then we start moving up. But we talked about the 3 scenarios. We are in a bear market. We go down. We stay here for another year until things starts moving up. However, there's scenario 2 where Bitcoin is still going to do a retracement to 55K. Let's say alt season happens and then the show's over. Or this is a local bottom and Bitcoin still has a macro bull run to a blow off top left to new all-time highs. So we'll see what happens, but there are some things that are happening in the macro environment with the Fed and inflation and the midterm elections, right? We've covered it in the previous videos that the Fed could reverse course. They start QE again and asset prices go up and crypto goes up. So we'll see what happens, but just have these different scenarios in mind. No one can predict the future and tell you absolutely this is what's going to happen. We have to look at the different models, the different trends and thesis and so forth, and take it day by day to see what's going to happen. Here's what Credible Crypto said. And there is our rejection, talking about Bitcoin. Now testing our first key region of support. This is essentially a retest of the reclaimed resistance level that I shared earlier. Not sure if this will hold or not. Let's see. So Bitcoin could certainly go back up, right? Or it could go down back to, let's say, 28K or 26, we'll see. Excuse me, 28K, not below 26. So it's chopping between here. It hit its resistance at that, 32, 33,000. And, we'll watch this closely. Hopefully, it bounces upwards and we keep heading upwards, but look, it might get a bit more painful, like I said, before it gets better. Anyway, the big players, the institutional money, are not bothered by the price action. They continue to build and expand. Here's the big news. Goldman Sachs looking to integrate services with Bitcoin and crypto exchange FTX. And of course, FTX, founded by Sam Bankman-Fried, they're doing big things. They bought Super Bowl ads. They bought the Miami Heat arena. They've been doing a lot of mass marketing. And this is being reported by Barron's. So Goldman Sachs is reportedly in talks with FTX to facilitate derivatives trading for Bitcoin. And remember, it starts with Bitcoin, and then what do? They go to altcoins. So this is why we have to be patient. We see the adoption usually starts with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the door, the brand, the gateway into the crypto market. We've seen it time and time again. So this is a very positive, very bullish. The fact that Goldman Sachs is looking to do this with a crypto exchange is amazing. It just shows how things have changed, guys. And they want to use FTX's technology. It's amazing. And I've interviewed Brett Harrison from FTX Exchange. I believe it was a few months back. And if you haven't seen my interview with him, be sure to check it out. Let's see if I can find that here. And I'll put a link in the description. And you guys can certainly check it out. Yes, so here is my interview with Brett Harrison. He's the president of FTX. We talk about their marketing strategy and all the things they're doing. So FTX is seeking a license modification that will allow it to function as both an exchange and intermediary for derivatives. And here's a quote actually from Brett that is mentioned here in the article. He says, "We have multiple FCMs." FCMs means futures commission merchants, already committed to integrating technology with the exchange. And I'm sure they're big time players. Brett Harrison, the president of FTX US division, said in an interview with Barron's, "There are several large ones you can probably name." Guys, big things are ahead despite the price action. Big players are building, partnering, mergers, acquisitions, capital raises. All these things are still happening. Also, Goldman Sachs, they did a survey that shows insurance companies are warming up to investing in Bitcoin. And this is being reported by Forbes. Remember, Mass Mutual bought Bitcoin. I think it was in 2020, and that was part of the the Bitcoin price going up. So they're all paying attention to what's happening, my friends. And it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And I'm sure many of them are looking at the regulatory environment. And if Gary Gensler and the SEC were not holding altcoins hostage, they would be adding obviously they're adding Bitcoin, but they would be adding altcoins as well. So this is why we need regulatory clarity, guys. Now, some other big news with FTX. They have surpassed Coinbase as the second biggest centralized crypto exchange in May. And this is significant. Binance is the number one, and Coinbase has been the second, and certainly the largest in the United States. So FTX, their mass marketing is paying off. They're growing significantly. So the dominant player in the market was still Binance by far, which commanded a 64.1% share, followed by FTX at 10.8% and Coinbase at 9.6% during the monthly period. Coinbase has recently faced some struggles, posting a net loss of $430 million for Q1 2022 and falling on the stock market by roughly 36% in May. So certainly with the price coming down, of course, they're going to see less revenue. But the idea is not to look at it from a quarter. They made a shit ton of money last year during the bull market, right? And obviously with their IPO. So trust me when I tell you, they're not hurting. It's just a matter of the market conditions. And as you can imagine, almost every exchange is down, in the market pulling back, obviously, right? So they're going to do super well in bull markets and not great in the bear markets, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's just how the markets function. Now, here's something that's significant with Binance as well, and I'll jump to this news. They raised $500 million to fund, Binance raises a $500 million fund to drive Web3 adoption. They intend to allocate the funds to projects across 3 stages of a startup's life cycle: incubation, early stage venture, late stage growth. So what we're seeing with these crypto exchanges is that they're not only just offering trading and custody services where they make money off of fees, they're also investing. Guys, Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. They're making money hand over fist, but they are raising capital and have a venture arm. And not only them, Coinbase Ventures and so forth. And they're going out and investing in the companies with infrastructure. We're building the infrastructure. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, holy crap, they know we haven't hit mass adoption yet, and that we're still early. And there's money to be made here. They know it's not just the tokens, but the companies that are building the infrastructure. And this is why, I have Link2 as a sponsor of this channel, because they offer that same opportunity to you guys, where you don't have to be part of the $500 million fund to get equity, right? You can be simply an accredited investor, get some shares, and have the ability to make money that way. Pretty significant here. Now, here's the big news as well. Oil companies in Oman, Middle East, to use excess gas for Bitcoin mining. This is being reported by Bloomberg. Crusoe, if I'm saying that right, a Denver-based Bitcoin mining company, is deploying equipment to capture flare gases in Muscat, Oman. Guys, we've been hearing about ExxonMobil and all these other energy companies. Big things are ahead. Bitcoin's here to stay. Bitcoin is going to allow a lot of companies to monetize excess energy or wasted energy and be more profitable. And those things, as they start happening globally, are going to be huge catalysts for price appreciation and adoption of Bitcoin. And I've been talking about it for years. I also remember, you guys, those of you who've been with me since 2017, even if you were here in 2018 with me, I talked about the macro economic battle for control of Bitcoin's hash rate. And we see the United States is in the lead now. And I'm telling you right now, these energy companies are going to mine the hell out of Bitcoin. They're going to monetize their energy, guys. And we're going to see massive adoption. And this is going to be significant because, what's important to the ESG crowd, right? Whether you agree or not agree, and Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, has talked about this. There's going to be data analytics and metrics looking to see, where did this Bitcoin come from? Where was it mined? And if it's like, hey, ExxonMobil used their excess flare blow off yada yada gas to mine this Bitcoin, that's where it came from. That's where you're going to see more institutions trust those Bitcoins versus maybe ones that were mined in China and so forth. I know it's kind of like BS optics and all that, but those things matter to certain companies: compliance, optics, like I said, and ESG concerns and all that. So I'm telling you guys, it's coming. It's coming. You can hold me to this. Maybe in a year we come back and I'm like, see, this is what we were talking about over the years, right? So just remember these videos, guys, these conversations. All right. Chipotle is now accepting payments in Bitcoin and crypto nationwide. Hey, I like Chipotle. I know it's like fast food, Mexican food, right? But, I get it from time to time. But this is big. It shows you the adoption that is happening, and more retailers and restaurants and companies are going to do this. It starts at Bitcoin once again, and then it will move to altcoins. Here's some big news with the SEC Ripple lawsuit. Yesterday, we talked about this update where the judge was calling for an in-person meeting to have a discussion of Hinman's, internal documents for his Ethereum speech. Well, guys, call-in information for the conference scheduled on Tuesday, June 7th at 3 p.m. to discuss internal documents related to Hinman's June 14, 2018 speech has been posted. It is below. So you will be able to dial in. I'm certainly going to dial in to listen in to see what is going to happen here, guys. This is significant. I'm actually surprised they're doing this. And let's see what they have to say. We talked about it a lot yesterday, that the judge most likely is going to call the SEC on their BS. You can't have it both ways. You can't say Hinman's speech was he was crazy. He was the drunk uncle. We don't listen to him. We don't care. And then on the other side say, no, it was the SEC's policy. But we know the hypocrisy, the conflicts of interest. We see it. It's pretty clear, right? So it's just a matter of the judge putting kind of a spanking on these fools at the SEC to get this right and stop playing games. Finally, Solana, I hold some Solana tokens. This is not good news. The Solana network has been halted globally. What the hell is going on? They suffer another outage. It seems like almost every month they're pausing the blockchain. What the hell is that? I don't understand. I need to research this further, but the fact is, and this is being reported even by Coinbase, right? They tweeted about it. They've halted the blockchain. What in the world are these folks at Solana doing? So I'm going to have to look into this a bit more. But I am not buying any Solana tokens or anything. I got some, in the last year dip, and I'm still holding on to it. I didn't get a significant amount, by the way. I was just kind of like, oh, let me grab some of the dip, right? But if you're holding a huge bag of Solana, I would probably, as the price goes up, look to get the hell out, because blockchain that's pausing this often, something is wrong. When there's smoke, there's fire, guys. Just putting it out there. I'm not hating on Solana, but the fact of the matter is these things are happening, and we need to get answers. Like, what in the hell is going on? Anyway, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.